Martha is overly concerned with details. Overly concerned with details. And when I was talking about expects others to agree with her priorities, just because you think something, you have placed something above, doesn't mean that that has to become my priority. I was just speaking with someone, counseling with someone, and shared with that person that, listen, what you think we may need to do is not what God called us to do. See, I'm not here to please you. I am not here to please you, and I thank God that he set me free from being a pleaser of man. Because you know why? You can't be satisfied. We can't be. If you setting out to try to please me, you are never going to be satisfied. You are going to always be disappointed, because I cannot please you. Because I'm a human just like you, capable of sinning and making mistakes just like you. Now, I got my eyes off of trying to please man and got my eyes on pleasing the Father, the one that it only matters. When you seek to please God, sweetheart, you've just given your life to the Lord. When you seek to please God, then that's the only thing that matters, and most people will be pleased with you. And if they're not, it's their own stuff within them. Amen? But you seek, we're here to please God, not seeking to please man. Now, and I want to please my husband. I want my husband to be pleased with me. But I'm not going to be in bondage and get him ready because he's not pleased. Because sometimes pastor ain't pleased because pastor don't want to be pleased, and pastor got problem stuff of his own. And so if you ain't pleased, hey, vice versa. Pastor wants to please me, and he wants me to be pleased. And sometimes I'm not easy to please. Okay? Especially around a certain time of month or something. And if I'm not, bless the Lord, pastor has learned, oh, well, you be all right. You be all right, because I'm not going to lose myself or lose my focus or get in bondage and be enslaved, something that I've been set free from. Slavery. When we were in sin, if you're still in sin, you're a slave. You are a slave because you're doing, you are being controlled. And that's what Jesus came to set us free from. So husbands and wives seek to please the Father. And then if our mates are not pleased, sometimes we need to check why we're not pleased. Because it may not be your problem. Majority of the time, it's his problem, it's her problem. If you ain't pleased, if you're not happy, and another thing, I'm not here, we're not here to make you happy. Okay? Happiness is a choice. You have to choose to be happy. In marriages, that's very important because we think that our mate is supposed to make us happy. Oh, my Lord. Every time that song, Happiness, my little grandbaby says, Grandma, happiness is not the truth. I said, you go ahead, Sheila. She says, God's word is the truth. I said, girl, you say it out of the mouth of babe. Happiness is not the truth. Happiness is based on circumstances and situations, but joy is the truth. Because regardless of what's going on, you have joy. Okay, she was overly concerned with details, tended to feel sorry for herself when her efforts were not recognized. Oh, help us, Lord. Let me say that again. Tended to feel sorry for herself when her efforts were not recognized, when everybody does not recognize what you're trying to do. Why? I'm not going to labor here. Oh, boy, I could preach this all day. Because your motives are wrong for why you're doing what you do. Let me tell you something. If you're forever, and you be honest with yourself, but you're forever finding something to complain about, and really you're not really satisfied on the inside, and you really don't have joy, and you don't have no peace, and most of your focus is on everything that's going wrong, and never on anything that's going right, and never can really. I'm telling you, Marthas can't even really compliment. Most Marthas don't find it hard to even compliment others. It's much easier to find what you're not doing right than for me to see what you are doing right. So, Lord, help us. And Martha Martha wasn't all. Now, one thing, I don't want to paint a picture of Martha being bad, because Martha, bless her heart, she had a lot of strength. And she had strength like we all do, and weaknesses. These are her weaknesses that I'm talking about, okay? Getting caught up in details can make us forget the main reasons for our actions, okay? I think that's it. Your priorities cannot become my priorities, because we all have different opinions of things. And you may focus on something that I feel, sweetheart, that is so minor. And most of the time we do major in the minors. We always stuck on little things that really don't matter. But when we get connected to God, then we receive his heart, and we become concerned about what he's concerned about. And then we will see that all these little things that we've been concerned about and fighting about and arguing about and can't get along with our mate, can't get along with our kids, can't get along with the dog or the cat, can't get along with no one. And I'm going to tell you something. Marthas tend to not to get along, or is not good with relationships. Martha's always finding herself getting her feelings hurt.